Good morning, everybody, and thank you for watching Everyday Kentucky. This is Off the Bench, sponsored by Purchase Pros, formerly KPC, and Breaking Trail Jerky. We are at Woodford County High School, and I am joined now by Jackson Gray, who has a great side business. We can even call it a hustle because you got to hustle to do what he does. But before we get to that, let's get to the athletics part. Golf and track, but it's not necessarily track as we know it. It's pole vaulting. That we don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, you know, it's different. It's definitely different. There's not a lot of people who get into it, but you know, I think it's a good way to go if you don't, you know, if you're not huge into running, but you know, athletic, obviously.
The technique now. Because you have to have you got to put the pole into the lock there. You've got to get your steps down. I mean, there is a lot more than just getting the stick in and then catapulting yourself up.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of aspects you got to go into. You know, you got to have a consistent run. You got to have a quick run, obviously, to, you know, get enough force to be able to move a pole. And then obviously when you're up there, there's so many different things you have to move, you have to pull, you have to push, and you have to turn, all the different things you got to do while you're in the air. But you know, I enjoy it. I really do.
Quickly about golf. Best part of your game? Is it the short game? Is it the drive? What is it? Iron play? What?
Probably the best part of my game is probably like my wedges, my 50 to 100 yards out. That's where I get strokes back. You know, because putting, it's always something different every day.
Well, it's that old saying, you drive for show, you putt for dough. Yeah. How much dough we got here now?
Dough may be struggling, but you know.
But it's not struggling in this side business you've got. Now, walk me through how you started. Give me the name of it first.
Joogs Kicks. That's Joogs.
How did you start this? Why did you start it? And tell me how successful you've been, because this is top shelf stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I started, you know, there was a shoe release on Nike.com, and it was a shoe that I ended up getting for, you know, retail price, which is $110. And then there's aftermarket sellers, and they were selling for like $150. And so I went and I posted them online, and I got a sale, and I made money. I was like, I can make real money off of this, you know. So that's how I got into it, and I started it late 21, early 2022, and have, you know, grown it from there.
Now the shoes you've got on today, walk me through how that design came about.
So these are the Union Guava Jordan 4s. It's a collab between Union LA and Nike and Jordan. These are a pretty exclusive shoe. They didn't release many, and there's pretty high demand for them.
So are you going to be like the next Nike? I mean, is that your goal? What is that? Because this is different. You don't see this every day.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely different, and you know, I'm grateful for where I've gotten to. But you know, obviously, I do want to keep scaling it up, and one day maybe open, you know, my own store. If one day that could be a possibility.
Well, that's pretty cool. Jackson, thank you for joining us this morning. We'll let you get to class now so you can take that test. That is Jackson Gray of Woodford County High School, and he has joined me this morning off the bench.
Off the Bench is sponsored by Purchase Pros, formerly KPC, and by Breaking Trail Jerky.